Hey, we made it.
Yes, we did.
Yes, we did. I wasn't so sure I was going to make it, but I did. No.
Well, this one certainly isn't the easiest laws.
No, it isn't. So, we are coming to you live on YouTube and Kick and Twitch. And I do believe, Rekkr, you are set up on Kick. I saw the notification fly by my screen, I think.
Yes.
And Twitch also. Yeah.
Yep.
So, we are in 5 places at once. Do you feel like spread thin or what? Like, I feel it.
Just like Marmite.
Yeah, just like a Vegemite, Marmite. Like, just thin. Just make it thin. You don't need a lot of that. Yeah. Well, this chapter, you're right. This chapter's tough. This is chapter 16 of the 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. And we've been doing a chapter a week for the last 16 weeks. Also, a couple breaks here and there because of your university or my crazy schedule lately. But we've been able to get some of these done on Saturdays consistently, same time, Saturday, 6 o'clock Eastern Standard. Although it's Sunday for you. What is it, around noon? Around noon?
It's about 12 o'clock.
Ah, yeah. So it's dinner time for me and lunchtime for you. So. And I see you over there in Kick, Shield. Thank you for modding over there. It's slow going, building up a following in Kick and Twitch, as what we do is not what they normally have over there.
No.
We have to like cut our own way, so to speak.
Yep.
We have to so it's not been that easy. Although the little bit numbers here and there. If I get another follower a month, I'm like happy. Not like here on YouTube, everything's going like really well. Too surprisingly well. It's been a good year. A lot of trials and stuff. And Yeah. No, it's like, hmm. Well, so what's the title of this chapter? Let's just bring this up and get this started. What do you say? I
Let's
mean, I have to admit, like, I'm not like thrilled, but you know that because you've been talking to me
mm-hmm.
about this for a couple of days now. And so, I am not actually thrilled about this chapter at all. Okay.
No.
Okay. So we're just going to get right into it. And as people come in, they'll see what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Um, all right. So, Law 16, use absence to increase respect and honor. Robert Greene says that too much circulation makes the price go down. The more you are seen and heard from, the more common you appear. If you are already established in a group, temporary withdrawal from it will make you more talked about, even more admired. You must learn when to leave and create value through scarcity. And, well, on the surface,
Doesn't
that
seem too
actually,
bad
it
if
doesn't
you
seem too
just
bad.
look at it on the surface.
But it also is a double edged sword because it really, even in the chapter, as we go on and we read the examples and all, and they're horrible examples, by the way, they will they will show you that it really is a matter of timing and intent. And it does. I mean, we know that it works in business. If it's supply
Mm-hmm.
and demand, if you put something out and you put it out in limited, a new product out in a limited quantity, and you develop some buzz about it, and then it sells out, and they're going to wait for it to come again, rather than like it sells out and you reorder double, and then like half of it is sitting on the shelves because everybody's like, well, there's a lot of it, so I don't have to get it right now. I'll just wait. So it does work if you limit the amount, and make a buzz about it and make people want it. In entertainment too, it's talking, right? Uh, Rekkr, like it could really, you don't want to overdo it. Like you don't want a 9 hour.
No. You don't want to saturate the market so much that like there's no value in in what you're doing.
Yeah,
No one ever wants to be a dollar store.
right. Nobody wants to be the Timu version of anything. Like seriously.
Mm.
And then just be sent over to the dollar store or the aftermarket bin or whatever, where everything gets discounted. But the goal of this series was to take this really edgy kind of book about power and about like being aggressive and getting what you want and plowing through everything and trying to apply it some angle of the law to our everyday life,
Everyday life.
our all of our relationships. And this
Mm-hmm.
one's hard because in interpersonal relationships, this push me, pull me stuff, this game playing that people do, like
It's childish.
it's
It's
childish,
being
it's immature. It's like, the magazines used to have those little quizzes. Is if he doesn't text you in the first 5 hours, then this, and then the guy's like, okay, I don't want to look like, I'm too into her. So let me like just like not call her for 3 days, and like see how it
Oh
is.
yeah, the old
Yeah,
3 day. I had someone try and use the old 3 day rule on me, and when they messaged me back, I was like, "Oh, okay, hi. We're still doing something. Oh, okay. Uh, uh, well, I'm kind of moved on now. Bye."
yeah, see, because there's the risk that by you thinking you're being aloof and mysterious, it actually could translate to the other person as you're not interested. And why would they waste their time
Mm-hmm.
if you're going to be that casual about anything? I mean, usually you can tell when you're hitting it off with somebody. And the frustrating thing is to like be, you ever have, I didn't want to make this about first dates and stuff, but it always comes down to that. But Rekkr, you ever been on a first date and you think you're really hitting it off with somebody? Like you guys are just, the conversation's flowing, you have a lot in common. Even the things you don't have in common, they're just like interesting. You find yourself laughing and smiling, and you just, the date just is going on even longer than you thought, right?
Yep.
And then the next day, they don't answer your text.
Yep.
And like you left the date saying something like, I'll hit you up tomorrow and we'll see what's going on for the rest. Like we'll meet again during the week because you both agreed to, right? But when you make that text, then they don't answer you. You know, and it's like a mild ghost. And then like a day or two later, they message you, "Oh, are we gonna do anything this week?" You're like, "Yeah, we were gonna, but you didn't answer my text, so I figured you weren't interested. I thought we had a great time." So you like actually ignoring me for 4 days, like was kind of sus. you know?
I moved on.
And they're like, well, I was just being, I didn't want to look too eager. No. Oh, but what you end up looking is rude. Okay. And
Mm-hmm.
uninterested. And so, like, I'm not going to waste my time. Like, okay, you're game playing. Like, I'm out. I'm out. It is so frustrating, because then they get all wrapped up in, like, oh, I don't want to be too eager. I don't want to this. I don't want to that. It's crazy. I mean, I just, I've never subscribed to any of that stuff. Well, that's what makes this one like kind of dangerous, because it reeks of manipulation to me, and there's something about it that just is really getting under my skin.
Doesn't
Like,
reek of manipulation. It is manipulation.
it is, it's like purposely with intent trying to manipulate the feelings, emotions, or needs of another person. And I'm just not about that. I just don't see the need for that in grown-up relationships. Um, Even your friends, your family, even social groups, to what end? Like seriously, to what end? You know, I
There's just
almost
no use. There's just no, like, there's genuinely no use for it.
like, what's the purpose of yanking someone around like that to try to invoke feelings from them? Then can you trust the feelings that they have for you? Like, can you, like, if you know that you've actually manipulated the situation to make it appear a certain way or to put pressure on them to feel a certain way, how do you trust the the feelings to be genuine? You know,
You can't. You really
right?
can't trust it.
Mm. If there's going to be manipulation, I will be the one doing it. Okay, Bippy. I hear you. But you know what, Rick? I think what we're gonna do is let's let you do the first example, which is both a transgression and an observance of the law, right from the book. And oh man, I have to tell you, like, this one's rough. You think you're up to reading it?
Yep. Let's see how well I butcher the names today.
Hmm.
So, here we go. Transgression and observance of the law. Sir Guillaume de Boulogne.
Mm-hmm.
Sir Guillaume de Boulogne was a troubadour who roamed the south of France in the Middle Ages, going from castle to castle, reciting poetry and playing the perfect knight.
Oh.
At the castle of Javec, he met and fell in love with a beautiful lady of the house. Madame, now you're gonna have to
What?
bear with me.
It's Gelma.
Um, It's Gilma. So I'm probably going to stuff up and switch between Gilma and Gillum.
Yeah, that's it.
Guillaume,
Just say Guillaume, and Gilma.
Guillaume and Gilma. Yep.
Yeah. It's like William and Wilma. Think of it like that. Does that help?
Those kinds of people that get into relationships with people who have names that are so close to each other, they can be so insufferable.
Hey, I don't mind if you say William instead of Gilma, and Wilma instead of Gilma. I don't care. Anyway.
Anyway, Madame Gilma de Javrik, Madame Gilma de Javrik. He sang her songs and recited poetry, played chess with her, and little by little, she in turn fell in love with him. Guillaume, yes. Guillaume had a friend, Sir Perry de Barjac, who travelled with him and who was also received at the castle, and Perry too fell in love with a lady in Javac, the gracious but temperamental Veneta. Then one day, Perry and Veneta had a violent quarrel. The lady dismissed him, and he sought out his friend Guillaume to help heal the breach and get him back in her good graces. Guillaume was about to leave the castle for a while, but on his return, several weeks later, he worked his magic, and Perry and the lady were reconciled. Perry felt that his love had increased tenfold, that there was no stronger love, in fact, than the love that follows reconciliation. The stronger and longer the disgracement, he told Guillaume. Disagreement, he told Guillaume, the sweeter the feeling that comes with peace and rapprochement. As a troublemaker, Sir Guillaume prided himself on experiencing all the joys and sorrows of love. As a troubadour, I mean, he is going to be a troublemaker.
It is the same.
So either way, I'm right.
Yeah.
As a troubadour, Sir Guillaume prided himself on experiencing all the joys and sorrows of love. On hearing his friend talk, he too wanted to know the bliss of reconciliation after a quarrel. He therefore feigned great anger with Lady Gilma, stopped sending her love letters, and abruptly left the castle and stayed away, even during the festivals and hunts. This drove the young lady wild. Gilma sent messengers to Guillaume to find out what had happened, but he turned the messengers away. He thought all this would make her angry, forcing him to plea for reconciliation, as Perry had. Instead, however, his absence had the opposite effect. It made Guillaume love him all the more. Now the lady pursued her knight, sending messengers and love notes of her own. This was almost unheard of. A lady never pursued her troubadour, and Guillaume did not like it. Gilma's forwardness made him feel she had lost some of her dignity. Not only was he no longer sure of his plan, he was also no longer sure of his lady. Finally, after several months of not hearing from Guillaume, Finally, after several months of not hearing from Guillaume, Gilma gave up. She sent him no more messengers, and he began to wonder. Perhaps she was angry. Perhaps the plan had worked after all. So much the better if she was. He would wait no more. It was time to reconcile. So he put on his best robe, decked the horse in its finest caparison, chose a magnificent helmet, and rode off to Draugr. On hearing that her beloved had returned, Gilma rushed to see him, knelt before him, dropped her veil to kiss him, and begged for forgiveness for whatever slight had caused his anger. Imagine his confusion and despair. His plan had failed abysmally. She was not angry. She had never been angry. She was only deeper in love, and he would never experience the joy of reconciliation after a quarrel. I mean, technically, that is a quarrel. Just one-sided and
stupid.
stupid.
We use the word stupid. Yeah.
And she's the one that's going to experience the reconciliation, I guess, in a artificial way, which is just seeing her now, and still desperate to taste that joy, he decided to try one more time. He drove her away. If it doesn't work the first time, why not give it a second or third go?
Oh, I could give you a list of why not.
He decided to try it one more time. He drove her away with harsh words and threatening gestures. She left this time, vowing never to see him again. The next morning, the troubadour regretted what he had done. He rode back to Draugr, but the lady would not receive him, and ordered her servants to chase him away, across the drawbridge and over the hill. Guillaume fled. Back to his chamber, he collapsed and started to cry. He had made a terrible mistake. You don't say.
You
wow.
think so, Diddums? Like, really? Oh, yeah.
Over the next year, unable to see his lady, he experienced the absence. The terrible absence that can only inflame love. He wrote one of his most beautiful poems. My song ascends for mercy praying. It would be nice if they actually put the poem in there, but I guess, it's a bit too much. And he sent many letters to Gilma, explaining what he had done and begging forgiveness. I mean, if he told her what he had done, I doubt she's going to forgive him this time. After a great deal of this, Lady Gilma remembered his beautiful songs, his handsome figure, and his skill in dancing and falconry. Found herself yearning to have him back. As penance for his cruelty, she ordered him to remove the nail from his little finger of his right hand, and to send it to her along with a poem describing his miseries. He did as she asked. Jesus Christ. Guillaume de Boulogne was about to taste the ultimate sensation, a reconciliation even surpassing that of his friend Purity. Oh my gosh.
Oh, God.
They deserve each other.
This is just
no,
so
they deserve each other. 100%.
Mm-hmm. It's just unbelievable. Unbelievable.
So the interpretation, trying to discover the joys of reconciliation, Guillaume de Boulogne inadvertently experienced the truth of the law of absence and presence. At the start of an affair, you need to heighten your presence in the eyes of the other. If you absent yourself too early, you may be forgotten. But once your lover's emotions are engaged and the feeling of love has crystallized, absence inflames and excites, giving no reason for your absence. Uh, giving giving no reason for your absence excites even more. The other person assumes he or she is at fault. While you are away, the lover's imagination takes flight, and the stimulated imagination and a stimulated imagination cannot help but make love grow stronger.
I beg to
Conversely,
differ.
yep, the more Gilmer pursued Gilliam, the less he loved her. She had become too present, too accessible, leaving no room for his imagination and fancy, so that his feelings were suffocated. When she finally stopped sending messengers, he was able to breathe again and return to his plan. What withdraws, uh, what withdraws, what becomes scarce, suddenly seems to deserve our respect and honor. What stays too long, in inundating us with its presence, makes us disdain it. In the Middle Ages, ladies were constantly putting their knights through trials of love, sending them on some long, arduous quest, all to create a pattern of absence and presence. Indeed, had Guillaume not left his lady in the first place, she might have been forced to send him away, creating an absence of her own.
You see, this is so ridiculous. These are people who are just in love with the thought of being in love. You know, that beginning thing where you don't really know what's going on, you don't know the person that well, you're just excited to know. Just that can't be the whole time. It's impossible. You know? It's just like I understand wanting to feel that excitement and you shake things up a bit. You don't want to be bored. Um, but damn, like there's something to be said about consistency and constance and knowing your partner and being able to depend on them. Trust, you know? This whole thing just pisses me off. If somebody tries to just like disappear on me like I did something wrong and I didn't do anything wrong, I'm not going to be more in love with them when they come back.
Nope.
I just don't see how this, I don't know, am I weird? I don't see how this works for me. Like for me, this just doesn't work. It doesn't make any sense. You can relate sort of maybe, yeah. And okay. Since it's back when women sent men on quests to heighten desire, and nowadays you just go buy some milk and cigs for a couple of decades, and everyone thinks you're the bad guy. You know
Right?
what? You know what, Sid? I get it. I get it. But this just doesn't work for me. I think it's childish. I think it's immature. I think it's manipulative. It's game playing. I don't have time for this stuff. You know, social media wasn't around then, and it has changed the world. Yes, it has. It definitely has. I
Mm-hmm.
don't want to. I don't want to read Cosmopolitan and take the quiz to find out like how somebody feels about me, like whether they texted within 30 minutes or this, that, or the other thing. I don't want to make checklists and stuff. Like, I don't know. Am I weird?
No, you're
Yeah.
normal. That's a whole
Am I?
bunch of time being wasted.
Yeah. It's like this is goofy, like high school, middle school, like really young. It's just I, I just
If I
can't.
message him
I
too
just can't.
soon.
Exactly. Hello, everyone coming in. It's good to see you. Uh, wait. Couch says, lock your significant other in the basement for a week. They'll be happy to see you when you let them out. Or is that dogs? I'm thinking. I think it's dogs. I would not suggest locking your significant other in the basement.
Too
They've
late.
got
I've already written it down.
they have charges for that. Like these could
Oh, wait, they
you
do?
could end up
Okay.
in some like legal. trouble, you know.
That's right. The whole law, pesky law thing.
Yeah, the pesky law thing. You got it.
Mm. Got to think of other ways then.
Yeah, right. Uh, hello, Tube. It's good to see you. Mm, Well, I don't know. It just I don't like this one at all, Rekkr. Like this one, like if you had done this one first, this wouldn't be a series. If this was the first
Would have been
chapter,
a one and done.
I would have folded my cards. I would have been just nope. I tried it. I tried record, but I can't do it. Well, because this one's very hard to make usable for everyday life. I will say that it does have its place in business and entertainment in some big power moves, that you want to do. Okay. And I can say that I could soften it a little bit by saying that, well, if you feel you're being taken advantage of, like somebody doesn't appreciate your presence, like, you know, they're not really they're not really treating you the way that you deserve to be treated. A little pullback definitely is necessary. I mean, I don't, but that's called setting boundaries. That's not this
And
game
looking after
playing or,
yourself.
right. That's setting boundaries and understanding when someone is not on the same path as yours, is just not at the same level of energy with you and stuff like that. And, just keeping track of it that way. But that's just setting a boundary. That's not this manipulative game playing, well, let me just make an art. All right, I'm going to pick a fight with you. Okay, Rekkr, I'm going to pick a fight with you. And
Okay.
I'm going to tell you, I never want to see you again just because I want to hear you beg me to change my mind. That is like dumb, right?
Dumb is an understatement.
Right. And it's also risky because if you actually value the person in the relationship and you go and do this kind of stuff, you're putting it at risk. First of all, they're going to recognize manipulation. Most people do. Okay. Most people have been in relationships or had an experience to where they're very fine tuned to it and they can tell when some coercion's going on or you're starting to be a little manipulative. And when you get known for that, well, there's going to be a big hit to the trust factor there. There's going to be a big
Exactly.
hit to your reputation for comfort and like being genuine, you know? So, like, why bother? I don't see the advantage of this. Listen, if you don't miss me, you don't miss me, okay? And if you think it is what it is. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I have I have a saying. It's even on my Discord and everything. It's like,
Oh, Mrs. C's stopping in to show her love, and she's doing it to us.
what
She's using the law against us, Mrs. C.
she is. Oh,
Yep,
she won't stay.
she's got a
Oh,
busy day today,
so she's gonna
quote
leave.
unquote.
Okay,
Yep.
so
So
she
she's
don't
got
want to
a
be here, so
yep,
that we miss her. Yes,
yep,
that's this law. Yes, and so
yep.
that we miss her. Like, don't harass Mrs. C. That's my boo. Don't harass Mrs. C. Like. But it just I don't have the saying on my Discord account is I'm not an option, I'm a choice. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like the people that want to be around me choose to be around me. They choose to have me in their life. And if they don't, then what am I going to do about it? Then fine. You know, when I'm in something, I'm all in. I'm a
Mm-hmm.
100%er. Okay, I don't dull things out like a little bit here, there, whatever. Um, Probably not the wisest thing. But I don't regret. I don't regret how I am. I have some really fantastic relationships, and I get to know people really well. And
Exactly.
at least I know I'm being genuine, and that they get a good representative of what I am, who I am, and you know. So there's no game that I just can't stand game playing. Like if I even get a whiff of that stuff, I'm not very trusting to begin with, like really. But if I even get a whiff of that stuff, I'd be out like pretty quick, like pretty quick. Um, I don't know. I don't know. Ti- I mean, how are you with this? This is, as you can tell, like I'm even. Have you ever heard me stammer so much, like on a live stream? Like you're ruining my reputation here, Rekkr. Like I'm
I'm breaking the
actually.
bear finally.
They said that last week on somebody commented that on the video. They said, "Oh my God, Mr. Rickers tried to break the bear," and you know what? You threatened. You actually said you were going to try harder.
I didn't even need to try harder this time. I'm succeeding.
All right, so speak up now. Where are you with this law? Like seriously, do you
Um,
find any use for it in your personal life, like or in
hell
your
no.
everyday life?
What it does, it doesn't give me any ideas on what to do in relationships. What it does is it tells me that this this is a effect um that happens when people have to go do their own thing for a little bit. This is why you might feel more attraction to someone if they've if you've had to have a leave of absence for a while.
Mm-hmm. I'm all for people doing their own thing. I'm quite attractive to strong people that can entertain themselves, that they're not on me all the time for their entertainment, their happiness, and their joy. You know what I mean? That
Mm.
they're good. You know what I mean? They're good in their self. You know what I mean? They're
Mm-hmm.
like they know what they like. And if we both like the same kind of things and we enjoy each other's company, that's a great thing. But we're really good individually also. Like we can,
Mm.
you know, it's like it's like I the last thing you want to hear is like, oh, you got something to do? Oh, okay. I'll just have a bad day then without you and I'll see you later. Like like oh my God. Like stick a
Mm-hmm.
needle in my eye with that stuff. I don't. You can always find something. You should, your happiness is individual in speculative. It can't be based totally on the entertainment of another person or what another person does. it, does that make any sense? And yet I'm a very bonded person with people. Like I like what I like. I'm a great partner. I'm in at 150%.
Mm-hmm.
But I still know that that person is not responsible for my happiness. Can they make me happy? Absolutely. Will I find joy and happiness with them? Absolutely. But they are not like everything they say or do is not the key to my happiness.
Nope.
Right? Like,
Oh, and it probably shouldn't be. I mean, your own happiness should come from you, and any external happiness is a bonus. Is it nice to have? Absolutely.
mm-hmm. Mm.
But
Well,
having your happiness dictated by someone else's actions is
yeah, their
dangerous.
presence or they're not their presence or like, how they feel about something, like that is very dangerous. They can set you on a roller coaster, an emotional roller coaster that is just, well, it's not really good. Hmm. So, Green gives us another example of observance of this law. For many centuries, the Assyrians ruled Upper Asia with an iron fist. In the 8th century BC, however, the people of Media, now with northwestern Iran, revolted against them and finally broke free. Now, the Medes had to establish a new government, determined to avoid any form of despotism. They refused to give ultimate power to any one man or to establish a monarchy. Without a leader, however, the country soon fell into chaos and fractured into small kingdoms, with villages fighting against village. In one such village lived a man named Deiosis, who began to make a name for himself for fair dealing and the ability to settle disputes. He did this so successfully, in fact, that soon any legal conflict in the area was brought to him, and his power increased. Throughout the land, the law had fallen into disrepute. The judges were corrupt, and no one entrusted their cases to the courts anymore, resorting to violence instead. When news spread of Deus's wisdom and incorruptibility and unshakable impartiality, Median villages far and wide turned to him to settle all manner of cases. Soon he became the sole arbiter of justice in the land. At the height of his power, Deus suddenly decided he had had enough. He would no longer he he would no longer sit in the chair of judgment. He would hear no more suits, settle no more disputes between brother and brother, village and village, complaining that he was spending so much time dealing with other people's problems that he had neglected his own affairs. He retired. The country once again descended into chaos. With the sudden withdrawal of a powerful arbiter like Deus's, crime increased, and contempt for the law was never greater. The Medes held a meeting of all the villages to decide how to get out of their predicament. I'm sorry, I just lost my place. They stated, "We cannot continue to live in this country under these conditions," said one of the tribal leaders. "Let us appoint one of our number to rule so that we can live under orderly government rather than losing our homes altogether in the present chaos." And so, despite all that the Medes had suffered under the Assyrian despotism, they decided to set up a monarchy and name a king. And the man they most wanted to rule, of course, was the fair minded Deus. He was hard to convince, for he wanted nothing more to do with the village's infighting and bickering. But the Medes begged and pleaded. Without him, the country had descended into a state of lawlessness. Deus finally agreed, yet he also imposed conditions. An enormous palace was to be constructed for him. He was to be provided with bodyguards, and a capital city was to be built from which he could rule. All of this was done, and Deus settled into his palace. In the center of the capital, the palace was surrounded by walls and completely inaccessible to ordinary people. Deus then established the terms of his rule. Admission to his presence was forbidden. Communication with the king was only possible through messengers. No one in the royal court could see him more than once a week, and then only by permission. Diocese ruled for 53 years, extended the Median Empire, and established the foundation for what would later be the Persian Empire under his great great grandson Cyrus. During Diocese's reign, the the people's respect for him gradually turned into a form of worship. He was not mere mortal, they believed, but the son of a god. Holy moly.
That's
Diocese was
one
a
way to
man,
do it.
I know, right? Wow. So, like, that was it. Like, that's what I mean by boundaries. I don't actually see him doing the absence thing. I see that he set a boundary. He felt like he was being taken advantage of. If he was the
Mm,
only one doing all of this, and he had to do it day in and day out, and he couldn't get anything done in his own private life, right? Like, that's a problem.
absolutely.
So, like, that's more like boundaries and taking care of ourselves.
I'd agree. It is more
Yeah.
like, keeping boundaries, making sure that you're looking after your own mental health first and foremost.
Yeah. So I guess if Green says this is actually the law, this is a use of the law because he withdrew, like then I guess this one does have an name. And then actually to make sure that he wasn't again uh taken advantage of by the people day in and day out, he made that rules that nobody could see him and he put the limits of time and and everything on that. And he had a great reign and he was able to do his job in the not be harangued by the responsibilities as much,
We also
and
don't know whether or not he did this deliberately on purpose, or whether or not or whether or not it was just merely the result of, how
no.
he had been feeling. I
Well, of
mean,
course, it's
Green has framed it that way.
no. I think it really like if he came back as king and then he set those rules that people could only see him at this time and only so many times a week. Like obviously he did that with intent. Obviously he did. Those were the terms of becoming the king. I don't think he pulled back to become king, if that's what you mean.
Yeah, no, because
I think when he left because he felt taken advantage of. It was too much. Like it was
yeah,
just, yeah. But I don't think he did it in a manipulative way to become king. But
no,
it was the result because people just loved him even more because he wasn't present. And the more they were denied having access to him, the more they worshipped and thought he was just so fantastic.
exactly.
So the interpretation of this observation is that Diocese was a man of great ambition. He determined early on that the country needed a strong ruler and that he was the man for the job. See, here Green is going to say that he did it on purpose to be king. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. In a land plagued with anarchy, the most powerful man is the judge and arbiter. So Diocese began his career by making his reputation as a man of impeccable fairness. At the height of his power as a judge, however, Diocese realized the truth of the law of absence and presence. By serving so many clients, he had become too noticeable, too available, and had lost the respect he had earlier enjoyed. People were taking his services for granted. The only way to regain the veneration and power he wanted was to withdraw completely and let the Medes taste what life was like without him. As he expected, they came begging for him to rule. Once Diocese had discovered the truth of this law, he carried it to its ultimate realization. In the palace his people had built for him, none could see him except a few courtiers, and those only rarely. As Herodotus wrote, there was a risk that if they saw him habitually, it might lead to jealousy and resentment, and plots would follow. But if nobody saw him, the legend would grow that he was a being of a different order from mere men. Well, well, I guess so.
Maybe, yeah, maybe he did do it on purpose. Then it's a hell of a hell of a gamble.
Yeah,
Definitely one hell of a gamble.
definitely. But still, at least this one is a little more pleasant. Nobody like is not manipulating a personal interest like his wife or girlfriend or children,
Yeah,
mother, brother, sister. You know, I like it.
mother-in-law, we fully understand.
Yup. Since the man who doesn't have one. Oh my god.
Exactly, and
It's okay.
there's a good reason.
Okay, well, I can tell you, I have survived one or two, and
Notice that Claire didn't say I had one or two. She clearly stated I survived one or two.
mhm.
See? Even you agree with me.
Yes, I did.
uh, but no, I guess if that's how you want to like rule somewhere,
Hmm.
then doing that might be a very viable way of going about it. I don't know how you would do it in the modern world. Um,
I don't. I do like the saying, a man say to a dervish, "Why why do I not see you more often?" And the dervish replied, "Because the words, 'Why have you not been to see me?' are sweeter to my ear than the words, 'Why have you come again?'" Like,
fair.
when you're like, "Oh, you again?
What do you want?
Yeah, what do you want?"
What do you want this time?
I don't know. I don't know. Um, I think it's a matter of tethering our expectations, to tell you the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I do, but it just could be my, it could just be, you know, my life experience. Everybody's is different. I mean, people might find this useful. I happen to think this is a horrific law. I cannot. Let
This is definitely one of the more lawry type laws.
Yeah, I definitely could see it useful in business and in you know I did have a consulting company for a very long time, and I could see where people would be taking advantage or whatever, and you have to make yourself a little bit unavailable. So yeah, full business, I do see it working. It works very well, actually. um, Making yourself more in demand. Like we said before, putting out a product in limited edition, so that people really want it. Entertainers that just do the spot shows here and there instead of like, or put out an album, sporadically instead of every damn year like Drake. Isn't that what you told me before? Like, it's just like,
Yep.
I'm just so sick. He's like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
this law does work on me when it's eggnog. Okay, you're gonna have to explain that,
That
Cal.
makes total sense.
Could you explain that to me then, Rekkr? Cause like, is it a guy? Is it a guy thing? Like, I don't know.
Eggnog once a year.
Oh yeah, yes. Because it. Oh gosh, and only one cup, right? Because if you go for that second one, you're like, oh God, what did I like about this? I get it. I get it. I totally get it. Perfect example, couch. The once a year kind of thing. You
And
know.
eggnog is always like a mixed bag, depending on who you go to. Like, depending on the house you go to, depends on how drunk you're going to get off the eggnog. One person's house you might go to, and you could drink a liter of eggnog, and everything's perfectly fine. Another person's house you go to, you drink like half a cup of eggnog, and you're wondering how you ended up tied to a tree butt naked.
Oh, you're talking about the heavily laden liquored eggnog versus, like, because there's all kinds of eggnogs. There's light eggnog. There's really heavy eggnog. That's like really like with the whipping cream and everything. Like, I'm not really partial to that one.
Is it really
Um,
eggnog if it's not alcoholic?
Spoken like a true young man. Yeah. Um, no, actually, it's not. Actually, you know.
What psycho drinks a liter of eggnog? That's what I want to know.
Exactly. Yeah, and he uses that example. I wonder if he's telling us like a true life story there, but he won't admit it. Like, you know what I mean? And Couch brought up a good one too. That I missed it up in the top. He goes, "What if diocese was actually just making all these increasingly more ridiculous demands in like hoping they wouldn't do it, just trying to get out of ruling the country?"
I would honestly not be surprised if he
And
if
Robert
he
saying, is misinterpreting history to say, yeah, he meant it. Like he manipulated them into making him king. And he's like, nah, he didn't want to be king. He just didn't have a choice. So he decided to put up walls to keep them all away. Like, so let everybody else do the work.
He got so tired of people coming to ask him that he started to ask for more and more extravagant things until he ended up being king.
Yes, exactly. You know what?
It is a true it is a true give me the manager. Oh wait, I am the manager situation.
Yeah, exactly. Like, whoops. Oh wait. You know what? I'm gonna bring it to the boss. Oh, wait a minute. I am the boss. Like that's happened in my consulting company a lot. I'm just like, gosh, I have to bring this to somebody to take care of. Wait, there is nobody. It's just me. What are we gonna like? Just like I gotta take care of you. Yeah. But no. I'm gonna let you read the image in the hopefully there's no typos. Like I
Okay,
should apologize to my co-host here. Rekkr, I'm so sorry.
for what? Wait, what I
Because
do
this
wrong?
law, you didn't do anything wrong, but
Oh.
this law irked me so much. I know I didn't put all my heart into anything. Like I know, like even making the slides.
It's a good one to laugh at.
Well, at least I am laughing now. I wasn't laughing earlier.
Exactly.
I was like, do I really have to? Like, I was like, but
Okay. So the image, the sun, it can only be appreciated by its absence. The longer the days of rain, the more the sun is craved. But too many hot days and the sun overwhelms. Learn to keep yourself obscure and make people demand your return. Yeah. To an extent, yes. I mean, yeah, in the desert, you kind of want it to rain. And,
but even regularly, like, the weather, right? You know this yourself. Like, there's something you want to do. It rains for a couple of days. You're so happy and cheerful when the sun comes out. The next day, you're so appreciative of that sun. I can see
yep.
that.
Like, actually, I'm going through some withdrawals of something now. I injured myself doing archery. I pushed myself a little bit too far. And so I hurt my shoulder a little bit, and I haven't been able to shoot recently. So I've been really wanting to shoot, and it's been annoying because I look over at my bow and I can't shoot it. So yeah,
You're right. And then when you do get to shoot, you're going to be so appreciative of that bow in your good shoulder in the sun, right? It
yep.
also Mrs. Cassandra's telling me I cannot apologize to you because you're trying to break me. I should not apologize to you for not, for that. I hate the cold too. Maybe I get it. I'm so glad for the spring to come. The sun to be out. I do like all of this, but using this push me, pull me, this absence in presence kind of thing. It's got its risks. Like we said, you don't want to be. You don't want to be known for it. You don't want somebody to actually catch on that that's what's happening. Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, it's disingenuous, right? Yeah.
It is. It is very disingenuous. Like how are you? It's another situation where like it breeds it's your own paranoia, because if, say for instance, you start doing this to someone and then for some reason, and you know consciously you're doing this deliberately to essentially manipulate them. So
to test
what
them. Well,
happens? Yeah,
yeah.
to test them or to do whatever you need to. But then when if they, for instance, have to start acting the same way and they're doing it legitimately, you're always going to have that thought in your mind, are they trying to mess with me now? Did they
Right.
catch on to me and now they're messing with me?
Hmm.
It
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 can, yeah.
breeds paranoia.
Yes. It's also quite manipulative. It's kind of Machiavellian. It's a little bit narcissistic to do this to a person. To
Mm-hmm.
think that you have so much control over people's emotions and how they feel about you that you can manipulate the situation. That's the wrong path. I mean,
Or even that you have any sort of right to do it.
hmm there's a friend in my life who always says, I hear this almost every day. It is what it is. You know, you can't force something, you can't make something different than what it is. It is what it is,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And I have learned the value of those words over the last few years. Um, you waste it's just futile to waste your time and energy to try to craft something into that's not there. To try to if you're going to manipulate and play games or do any of that. And I do see this push me pull, this absence in presence thing is a bit of game playing. And I guess that's just my life experience from how it's been used on me, years ago. That makes me feel that way. I just don't see a positive to it at all. I just don't. Um, I do know that in long term relationships, if there's a little bit of absence, you got a business trip or, some kind of obligation you got to take care of, and you're very happy to see each other, that can spark things and make things great. And I do think that couples or in your friendships and your family and in all your relationships, you do need to change things up a little bit together, but not in a game playing or disingenuous kind of way. Just like get out of your routine, get out of your slump, you know, make it so that you could still be around the person, but the environment has changed. The things that you do change because it's not the person that you're really bored with, it's the situation. It's the you know, the routine or the redundancy of it, you know.
Exactly.
But then again, if you're expecting it to be like when you first met, and it's like then you're just in love with the idea of being in love. And that kind of thing can't last because like you all relationships have ebbs and flows, and they have highs and lows. It's like a roller coaster, not a violent one like the crazy like when you're with a crazy person, where it's really really high and really really low. But you know what I mean? Just like kind of a sound wave. You know what I mean, Rekkr? Like it's just like you have your days where nothing happens. You have good days. You have days where you laugh your ass off. You know, your days that are more serious. Like,
Absolutely. Make it about balance in this message while fundamentally identical seems completely different. Exactly. Exactly, Rocket Couch.
yep. Well, I don't know. I guess it's just like the immaturity of this law that's really bugging me. I expected better from Green. You know.
Hmm.
Well, but the challenge is, to try to make it usable for everyday life. And at least on this one, we have good examples where people can see when it is actually happening to you, so you can look out for it and you can make it, your time. And there is some value in setting boundaries if you feel you're taking advantage of, kind of like they assisted, you know.
Okay.
Exactly, Rakakash. That's so perfect. And you're right. The day assisting was more about balance than it was really about the absence and presence thing, I think. Yeah. balance is definitely important, but to manipulate to get it is just not the way to go.
No.
No. Okay, so where do we want to go with the conversation from here?
Did we read the authority?
Did you? I don't know. No, I
I
don't
read
think
the
we did.
image. I don't think we did.
Okay.
Okay, I'll read the authority. Use absence to create respect and esteem. If presence diminishes fame, absence augments it. A man who when absence is regarded as a lion becomes when present something common and ridiculous. Talents lose their luster if we become too familiar with them, for the outer shell of the mind is more readily seen than it is rich inner kernel. Even the outstanding genius makes use of retirement so that men may honor him, and so that the yearning aroused by his absence may cause him to be esteemed.
Oh,
Balthazar Grecian,
yes.
1601 to 1658.
I do like me some Balthazar. Yeah,
Oh,
this kind of makes sense. Yeah. What?
he died young.
Oh, always the good ones. Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Although it was 1600, so actually he probably died pretty old.
It's 57? Yeah. I guess back then that was old, wasn't it? Okay.
Well, um, I heard that apparently if you remove infant mortality from the statistics, it actually evens out to pretty much the exact same it is today.
Really?
If maybe a little less, but it's around about roughly similar. I could be wrong though. I do need to look into that again. So the next portion. Wait, where are we? Um, we're on the reversal. That's right.
Now we're
I'll
on
read.
the reversal. Do you want to
Yep.
read it? All
I'll
right, I
read the
can pull this
reversal.
down.
Yep.
Yeah, let me just pull this back. There we go.
So this law only applies once a certain level of power has been attained. The need to withdraw only comes after you have established your presence. Leave too early, and you do not increase your respect. You are simply forgotten. When you are first entering into the world stage, create an image that is recognizable, reproducible, and it is seen everywhere. Until that status is attained, absence is dangerous. Instead of fanning the flames, it will extinguish them. In love and seduction, similarly, absence only is only effective once you have surrounded the other with your image, been seen by them or by him or her everywhere. Everything must remind you your love of your presence, so that when you do choose to be away, the lover will always be thinking of you. Will always be seeing you in his or her mind's eye. Remember, in the beginning, make yourself not scarce, but omnipresent. Only when this is only only what is seen is appreciated, and loved will be missed in its absence.
Hmm. Okay. So
He really ended that on a Hey, by the way, if you want to manipulate people, this is how you do it.
They, you know what? Shame on you, Mr. Green. Like, shame on you. Like, I hope you're not a psychopath and you actually can feel some shame. Like, well, you know what? I also realize, Rekkr, that you and I are a little bit jaded. We are.
Are we? Or are we
Yeah,
just.
okay. Maybe it's just me. I shouldn't speak for you. But all this love talk and all this, like, they're going to love you more if you do. I'm like, poppycock. Like, get out of here with that. No way. Like, no, poppycock. Yeah. This is
I
me
agree.
over here with my hand in the air going, I call bullshit. Wait, both hands up, but I have an avatar so you can't see. I put both hands straight up in the air and waving them, calling bullshit. Sorry, Mr. Green. Bullshit. Bullshit. Okay, sorry. I had to. We're definitely jaded. This was not good. You see, we're usually counterbalanced, like, but we see
Yeah.
same page and we're just bringing this whole stream down into the gutter. Like, we're just.
I thought, like, there's just. There's no real way of making it uh, applicable unless you're willing to be manipulative,
Right.
like deceptively manipulative.
Mm-hmm. Like the other one where you had to be a spy in your own friend group. Like, I was like, wait a minute. Like, you have to use these harsh words for things like gathering information that might help you with a project or finding out about people, to build relationships. But he has to use words like spy and detective and investigate, and, interrogate. Just like, um,
I'm waiting for the chapter on waterboarding.
is that next? Is that next? Is that 17? Actually, this one was
Probably.
pretty close. I mean, this is. I mean,
Yeah, it's emotional waterboarding.
I have a notion to send you an emotional damage bill. Like, like you owe me. I'm
I
suffering
just
here.
put it on my tab.
Now that would infer that you have caused me emotional damage already. Now you're gonna have to correct yourself because you have not.
Well, I've done 16 chapters so far.
Oh, you've tried like hell, yes, to cause me emotional damage. Yes, you have. But with Robert Greene here. Well, we did the whole book, 50 the 50th law. That went so well.
I
Why is
know,
this one
right?
so hard? Why is this one so hard? You know why? Because this one's older and outdated.
Yeah,
And it's a bit outdated. It
it
is.
is a bit outdated.
Right. And and also I should have, in hindsight, which is perfect vision. Normally I don't have perfect vision, but if you look back, it's usually perfect. And I would say I should have approached it with a little less seriousness and a little less offense. And I probably would have felt a little bit better about it. Like, but there was something about this law that I have to admit made me feel personally attacked. Like, I don't know what it is, but it's making me feel.
Well, I'm sure everyone can think of a situation where you could correlate something like this to you could correlate a situation you've been in to this law.
Mhm.
And that's the thing. If you can correlate it to one thing, it's very easy to go, well, maybe that was deliberate. And then you go, well, if they're doing it deliberately, then what else are they doing deliberately? And it's a snowball, and it's a ridiculous snowball.
I get, like, 'cause if you do get caught manipulating somebody like this, then of course they are not. You're not going to be trusted. It's going to
No.
keep coming up. I mean, you could forgive somebody, but still, the knowledge of what they did, you always have that. Like it's always there.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Yeah, it's a tough one. So, mm, we're about an hour, not even an hour and a half in, and I'm
And
ready to call it already.
I think
Because
we. I mean, I think we've gone over this chapter as much as we can.
unless you could think of any other examples that are good in using it, like we talked about the business ones in the entertainment. Um,
Um.
I mean, I could make a joke. Would this work in politics? I don't think so.
Well.
I mean, because if they kind of disappeared for a while, I would just be happy, and I would probably groan when they came back. Like,
Mm-hmm.
what are you doing here again? Like, did you have to come back? Like, really? Hmm.
I
Oh,
have
well,
one. Jaws.
Jaws. True, true.
Wait, you don't yearn for the spiky teeth of a great white shark to clamp down on you?
Yep. Absence does not make the heart grow fonder when it comes to Jaws. Like, I just like that they're gone.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, yeah. Friday the 13th, those movies around Halloween. Yeah.
Yep.
I do like not seeing them all year and then just seeing them around then. It's kind of nice. It is. Yeah. If they were available all year round like then it wouldn't be as cool. Ah, but let me show you how it doesn't work. How it really doesn't work. How too much presence or overindulgence is a bad thing. Let's talk about pumpkin spice. Used to
Yeah.
be used to be pumpkin spice came out around October and left in November, right? And they
Mm-hmm.
left it to just like Starbucks drinks, coffee drinks, donuts, and things like that. Now, pumpkin spice is everywhere. It's in candles, in scents. They even have paint. They have clothes that are called, like colored it. Like
Pumpkin
everything is
spice
pumpkin spice.
paint?
They have pumpkin spice Oreos. They have candles in scents, in oils, in perfumes, and even eyeshadow that's called pumpkin spice, in nail polish that's called pumpkin. You name it, it's pumpkin spice. It's like pumpkin spice overload. It's like, I don't do the pumpkin spice anymore. I can't. I'm done. I'm totally done with pumpkin spice.
Yeah.
Even Oreos, Nobios, pumpkin spice. Everything. Everything pumpkin spice.
That's a good example of too much
Too much is not a good thing.
too much. Yeah, you can definitely have too much of a good thing.
Definitely when it comes to that. Well, I mean, they flavor everything with it now.
Next thing you know, it's gonna be pumpkin spice cars.
You know what? I bet you they got a pink color for cars called pumpkin spice. I'll bet. I'll bet you.
Some weird brown orange color.
Oh my gosh. Sin, they even do chai in pumpkin spice. Now I've heard everything. Oh, and she added the pumpkin spice spirit syrup. There you go. It's just everywhere. It's like, oh yes, Mrs. Cassandra said, don't forget to hit the like, everyone. Please do hit the like button. Yes, and
Hit
if
the
you
like. Ask some questions. Tell us when you've experienced or if you've ever experienced something similar to this.
Yes. Like the ghosting that doesn't work, like the playing around with the yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
And
would
if
be
you're someone
interesting.
that's done us, tell us how it worked for you or didn't work for you.
Most ghosting is like forever, right? It's not like a couple of days here and there. Like that's just playing around. That's the push me, pull me thing. Yeah.
Yep.
It's like, well, some of those crazy rules, like I can't even think of them because they just make me. I just think they're so ridiculous that, like, you don't call within the first day after a good date. You gotta wait like till the second or third day or whatever. I don't know.
If I had a good date, I'm texting them back. I'm saying like, bro, that was awesome. Well, maybe not like that, but like I enjoy.
Whoa!
I had a
Wait a
good
minute! Wait a minute!
time.
Wait a minute! Oh my god! Like, okay.
Yeah,
No.
wait. You don't go out on dates with your bros.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
With my booze, like, yes, I would love to go on a date with Mrs. Cassandra. Maybe we could get tacos in, yeah, or something. Yeah.
Chimichangas.
Yes, burrito even, small. No, but I do. Like when you hit it off with somebody, I like getting that text that was like, you know, um, I could just think of one situation in particular, how thrilled I was after like talking to somebody for hours and hours and hours, and then like the next day I get a good morning, how are you? Just like that. Like just like keeping the conversation going. Not a big conversation or anything like that, but just was like a touch base. And it just made me
Mm.
think like, yeah, that was cool. Like, yeah, that happened. Like, like, oh wow, I didn't like imagine it. Like this person actually likes might like talking with me. you know, it's nice. It's really nice. If they had waited 3 days, I probably would have thought, well, yeah, that was just probably the moment they were in. Yeah, yeah, player.
Mm-hmm.
you, know, you know what I mean? Yeah,
The homies need a date night too. Yeah, exactly, Rocket Couch.
exactly, exactly. No, I think that's all cool. I think you should go out with your friends. No matter how committed and whatever, you're like tied up with a significant other in the same house and you're doing your lives together and you're really busy. You both need to like break with your friends. You don't always have to couple friend. You know what I mean?
Doesn't
I
always
do
need to be a double date.
exactly. I think there is good mixing up of that. I don't think your friends should all be separate. I do think it's healthy to, you know, uh see them together and stuff on occasions, but you do have those things where you just have to do it, with just them. You know what I mean? So,
So what? Man, it's nearly 2025 is actually nearly over.
it is.
2025. That was a year.
It's been a fast year.
It's been a very fast year.
It's been a very, very fast year. I was like, hmm. I'm just finishing up the Life, the Universe, and Everything series. Like this is the last month. I'm finishing it up for December. Start a new book next year, 2026. And, hmm, end of year has been slow for trials, which has been kind of nice because my life has been hectic right now. So that's been good. And you're on break
Understandable.
from uni the end of year.
Yes.
Yeah, do you get a ridiculously long break? Like you
I
really do.
need it. I need it. I
Starts in
need it so
November
bad.
and you don't go back until February. Like that's a nice
Nearly
break.
the end of February.
Damn. Hmm. Well, I know. it's just been just really, really crazy. I think that the beginning of 2026 is going to start out like hellfire. I know there's one trial I'm covering on January 5th. I don't know if
Mm.
we're going to have live coverage, but I'm going to have to do a recap like every day. Paul Canero's finally going to trial. They just had a probably going to do a little bit of a video, bring everybody up to date on it. They just had another hearing with some good news in it. Uh, well, that's still on track, definitely. But several others for January are already delayed, and I guess I'll talk to you guys at a later time because this is not the stream for that. But we're talking about end of year stuff, and well, you were doing something together at the end of the year for the
Yeah.
holiday. Yeah,
The what's it called again?
the Christmas Around the
Around
World
the world. That's
Marathon.
it.
Yes, that no one's alone. Yes, no
Yes.
one should be alone. It's live streams for many different channels all over YouTube. And so we're going to be participating. Rekkr and I are going to do a stream 2 hours. We may do two. Well, we definitely have one scheduled. I have to hear back. Purples has been doing. I think this is her 7th year, if not her 8th year, doing it, and we've been really happy to do that every year. You know, some people are not with family, or feel a little depressed. They're away from family, or they're separated from their family, or they're just to have some place to go and people to talk to and something to do in between. Holidays can be stressful for a lot of people, and
Yep.
it's a nice sentiment. I was glad to be a part of it, um, and happy to do it again this year. Glad you're going to be joining me. Hopefully, you could play some guitar. And, yeah,
Yeah.
there's a one of Purple's first request was, "Will Rekkr be playing guitar?" I said, "Well, I can
I
ask
will.
him." Yeah.
I will definitely try and put some stuff together.
Oh. Because you will be playing a little bit more guitar now that you're on break over on your
Mm-hmm.
Twitch channel,
I
going
haven't
back to
been
music practice.
I haven't been successful on the whole I'm going to do it every day thing, but I'm slowly getting there.
Well, you do have content because whatever we've been doing, it gets over there a little bit.
Yes, that is very
Oh,
true.
and we might have something else coming up. Do you want to tell them that? Like, oh yes.
Um,
Oh, it was your idea. You better remember.
it
It's
completely
like,
slipped my mind. Oh
oh my
yes,
God, he's doing it. He's using the law. He's like, he's the one who came up with the idea. He got me all excited about it. Okay, and now he's feigning like he doesn't know what I'm talking about.
the
Hook, line,
the
sinker. Boom. He caught a bear on a hook. See that? Like, damn.
the the what's his name? The Mangione trial.
Yes. We're not going to do the trial, but we were going to
No.
do a a debate.
Yeah. What? A library debate?
A library chat.
Library thing?
A library chat and debate a topic about what's going on with the Mangione cases. Because he's got three. He's got three. It's crazy what's going on in that case. And it brings up a lot of very interesting angles to look at it, besides just the fact that there's a video of him actually doing it. But everything in America does not run that smoothly. You would think, right? Done and dusted. We got the video. That's it. Like, we're good.
Since it's
not so fast. Not so fast.
Since we're not doing, since it's not the stream right now, can I say how I feel?
I guess so.
Part of me really wants Mangione to walk free.
Because of how they're messing up.
Because of how they're messing up, and just because of it's like it is.
Oh, just admit it, because you're now you're a an aged out edgelord, true.
Yes.
Through and through. Yes, I get it.
I come from when the internet was, well, live leak and other scouring videos.
Oh God. One day, what would be a very interesting stream? At least I think it would. You guys let me know. And all of you watching later, hit me up in the comments. But I get asked this a lot because we do watch a lot of stuff together. Right, Rekkr? We watch videos. We have certain things we discuss and talk about, and I think that we should do a day in the viewing of us and just show them just one day of what we watched,
and how we react to it.
One session, and then just do the blow by blow that we do, because that's the funny part is like we're sitting there and we act like we're doing a stream because we're going back and forth at each other and talking to the stream and making fun and cracking jokes. And we should just record that. Like, we don't even have to make a separate stream. We'll just record ourselves watching stuff and then play it on Twitch. Yeah, for the day. Yeah. And then react to us reacting to what we're watching.
Reacception.
Reacception, right. Yes. They'll have to make a whole new section for us. Because some of the stuff that you get me to watch, like, nobody would believe that that's what we're watching. Like, absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah. Like the one that surprised me the most, and I don't know if everybody's going to know who this is, but I would not think I would like this, but he found this YouTube channel by the strongest man in the world named Houston Jones. Is his last name?
Yes, Houston Jones.
Who just likes to torture himself by seeing how much pain he can take by people like hitting him with stuff and shooting things at him, dropping things on him, you name it. Yep. And he doesn't take anything too serious. He's a little crazy, I have to admit. But he's in really great shape. And he is like a bodybuilder, strongest man, whatever. Well, yeah. I mean, but yeah, so I actually found it quite entertaining to watch people shoot things at him. And then he jumps around in pain, tries to act like it doesn't hurt.
Gets tased. Gets shot with a slingshot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And accidentally have it go into his leg.
Yep. Exactly. Yep. And that's definitely a decent one that we did. That's always making me laugh, that one. But I think we're going to call it on that because I can't even think of anything else to drag this out. And so, You know how it is. It is what it is. We're done. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm done with this law, the 16th law. And I'm not going to, even though you got me hook, line, and sinker, like, you know how to use it appropriately.
Oh, dear God. The 7th. I think I'm actually going to succeed in breaking you with the 17th.
Why? What is it? Oh, no. I haven't looked ahead.
Are you sitting down?
Yes, of course I'm sitting down. Yes.
Law 17. Keep others in suspended terror. Cultivate an air of unpredictability.
I hate this law too. I like consistency. I like reliability, integrity, boundaries. Like, I don't like this law. I do not like this law.
What do you mean? Just
that law stinks. Right. Sin, I'm with you. You and me, Sin. It's a psycho law.
It's definitely.
And you hear how he's giggling. You hear how he's giggling. He can't even get the law out because he can't wait to torture me with this.
Yeah.
God. Oh my gosh. Well, we might be back Saturday, people, at 6 o'clock. No. No, I'm committed. Yeah. I am not unpredictable. I am consistent. I will be here Saturday at 6 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
I might not like it, but I'll be here.
Exactly.
On that, everybody, what's the matter there, Mippet? Let's go, anarchy. Oh, let's go. Oh my god, they just keep getting worse. Oh my gosh. All right. I'm gonna have to eat some Wheaties and some
Mm-hmm.
spinach, you know. Everybody, have a great night. Thank you all for joining us. For those of you watching and not chatting, you're welcome. We hope you enjoyed it. And if you didn't, we hope to hear from you what you didn't like about it, because we can only get better by telling us what you don't like and improve that way. Hit the comment section about anything we talked about here, any of the questions we asked you, like how would you use this law? Has this law been used on you before, and what may have happened? Because I'm not fond of this one at all. It's like, hey, trees, good to see you. Good to see you. Thanks for chatting there for a sec, and thanks for the ordering. Mm. But on that, we'll be back with this series, The 48 Laws, in chapter 17, Rekkr and myself,
Mm-hmm.
next Saturday, 6 o'clock. Any last words there, Rek?
Um. Uh. Um. Uh. Sugar always makes medicine go down better.
Oh,
Yep.
that's very good advice, actually. A good tip there. Yeah, not this kind of medicine. I'll tell you what, all the sugar in the damn world ain't making law 16 go down very well with me. Mm-mm.
No, but several shots of absinthe will.
True. Or chartreuse, give me some good brandy. Mm.
Mm.
Cognac is my favorite. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Stimpy. Cognac. You give me a good one. All right. I'll be all right. I'll survive. I'll survive. You ain't broke me yet. You got close. Let's just say you nudged me a little bit. I wouldn't say you broke me.
Well, just got to keep working on it.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. On that, I'm hitting the button, so I don't give him too much practice room. Good night, everybody. Please
Night.
like the video. It helps with the algorithm, helps get these videos out there and everything. And leave us a comment and let us know how we're doing. I really appreciate it. We love hearing from you.
Absolutely.
Night, all.
Night.